What if the 11 secrets only the 1% know could dismantle every limit holding you back from true power? Instant class isn't a trick, it's a tectonic shift in how you wield your energy, and the elite guard these principles like dragons hoarding gold. Welcome to Feminine Queen, where we don't just decode sophistication, we weaponize it. You've been sold lies, queens. That elegance is about designer labels, hollow charm, or memorizing etiquette manuals. The 1% know better. Their power lives in the unteachable, the half smile that freezes a room, the cadence of a voice that bends attention like gravity, the way they turn empty air into a cathedral of silence. This isn't about looking refined. It's about rewiring your nervous system until your existence becomes a force of nature. Think, effortless means not trying. That's the illusion they want you to believe. The truth? Every seemingly accidental gesture is a masterstroke. Every glance? A calculated sonnet. The 1% don't wear sophistication. They infect spaces with it, leaving traces of their aura long after they've left. These 11 secrets aren't life hacks. They're the clandestine rituals of women who've turned influence into an art form and legacy into a verb. Forget posture coaches and Pinterest boards. We're dissecting the anatomy of power, the kind that doesn't shout, but rearranges reality. The kind that turns a raised eyebrow into a command, a whisper into a revolution. This isn't about fitting into the world's mold. It's about making the world beg to fit into yours. So, queens, are you ready to stop chasing and start radiating? To trade imitation for invocation? The 1%'s playbook isn't locked in vaults anymore. It's here, waiting to be unleashed. Let's ignite the alchemy that transforms ordinary women into myth. 1. The volcano effect, speech that simpers instead of erupts. Class isn't about muting your voice, it's about weaponizing its texture. Picture a woman who speaks as if every syllable is dipped in honey and laced with cyanide. Her tone isn't flat, it's curated. When anger flares, she doesn't raise her voice, she lowers it, compressing heat into diamond-edged clarity. This isn't repression, it's the art of emotional distillation. Her pauses aren't empty, they're charged, forcing listeners to lean in, to chase her meaning. She knows volume is for amateurs, tension is for masters. Now, darling, let's make this personal. Next time you're in a heated conversation, try this. Before speaking, press your tongue to the roof of your mouth. Feel that grounding? It's your secret anchor. Let your words rise from your belly, not your throat. Imagine each sentence is a silk ribbon unfurling, slow, deliberate, impossible to ignore. Now dissect the mechanics. A steady voice isn't accidental. It's a calculated refusal to let external chaos hijack her internal rhythm. She breathes diaphragmatically, anchoring her words to her core. Even in conflict, her sentences unfold like origami, precise, intentional, beautiful. This control isn't coldness, it's magnetism. By denying others the spectacle of her frustration, she transforms speech into a throne. Those who shout are forgotten. Those who whisper, they're quoted for decades. 2. The human sculpture. Stillness as a status symbol. Fidgeting is the body's white flag, a surrender to anxiety. Elegant women treat their physique like living art. Observe her in a crowded room, shoulders relaxed but regal, spine a velvet-coated steel rod. She doesn't sit, she manifests. No jittery legs, no fingers drumming Morse code for "I'm bored." Her stillness isn't passive. It's a silent manifesto. I am not here to perform. This poise isn't innate. It's a rebellion against the modern cult of hurry. Here's a tender tip. Love. Practice micro-stillness. While waiting in line, let your hands rest gently at your sides. At your desk, let your feet plant firmly like roots. These tiny acts of calm train your body to default to elegance. You'll start to feel like a lotus in a storm, untouched, unmoved, unshakable. Now, the subtext. Stillness isn't stiffness. It's the deliberate conservation of energy for moments that matter. She moves only when movement amplifies her presence. A slow cross of legs, a tilt of the head that says, "I'm listening, but don't waste my time." This economy of motion signals a mind uncluttered by trivialities. While others vibrate with nervous energy, she becomes the eye of the storm. Calm, magnetic, utterly unreadable. 3. The hands of a conductor. Gestures as visual poetry. Most people's hands are punctuation marks. Hers are sonnets. Watch her lift a wine glass, fingertips barely grazing the stem, wrist arched like a swan's neck. When she gestures, it's not to emphasize words, but to elevate them. A palm turned upward becomes an offering. A single index finger tracing a circle midair transforms gossip into prophecy. This isn't theatrics, it's semaphore for the soul. Try this tonight, Queen. While speaking to a friend, let your hands move in slow, flowing arcs. Imagine you're painting the air with light. Notice how their eyes follow your fingers? That's hypnosis in motion. You're not just talking, you're enchanting. Break it down. Every gesture is rehearsed in life's mirror until it looks effortless. She avoids sharp, jerky motions. They reek of desperation. Instead, she flows, her hands carving space like a sculptor. Even laughter is choreographed. A closed-lipped smile, one hand resting lightly on her chest as if containing joy's seismic waves. These movements aren't just pretty, they're power plays. While others flail, she conducts reality. 4. The gaze that tames wolves. Eye contact as a dialogue. Eyes are her siege weapons. She doesn't make eye contact, she claims it. When speaking, she locks onto her target like a falcon, unblinking. When listening, her gaze softens just enough to feel intimate, never invasive. The trick? She breaks contact first, but only after a heartbeat longer than polite. This isn't staring, it's possession. Let's play a game, darling. Next time someone speaks, let your gaze linger on their left eye. Soften your focus slightly as if you're seeing their soul. Watch them lean in, hungry for your attention. You've just turned a conversation into a confession. The science of seduction. Prolonged eye contact releases oxytocin, bonding the viewer to her. Pair it with a micro-expression, a flicker of a smirk, a barely there brow lift. And she's not just communicating, she's programming. Men will recall her stare years later, dissecting its meaning like ancient runes. Women will mimic it, never quite capturing its lethality. Her eyes don't reflect light, they devour it. 5. The facade of fog, expressions that keep them guessing. Her face is a Maserati, all sleek lines and hidden horsepower. While others' features broadcast every whim, hers remain a sphinx's riddle. Insult her? She'll blink slowly as if translating your words into a dead language. Compliment her? A nod so slight it could be a trick of the light. This isn't blankness. It's calculated ambiguity. Practice this in the mirror, sweetheart. Recite the alphabet with a neutral face. Now, add a hint of amusement at the letter K, a flicker of curiosity at V. Master controlling microexpressions, and you'll weaponize mystique. The mastery. She practices the Blanchette blink, slow, languid, followed by a smile that never reaches her eyes. In meetings, she'll steeple her fingers, gaze fixed just past your shoulder, forcing you to wonder if she's bored or plotting your promotion. The goal? To become a mirror. People project their insecurities onto her neutrality, leaving her pristine while they unravel. Mystery isn't a trait, it's a trap. Feminine queens, this is your blood sport, the art of psychological alchemy. Lean closer, sovereign. This is where pretenders faint and legends forge their crowns. You're not decorating a life, you're designing an empire. What follows isn't about charm, it's about conquest. Whether you're dismantling rivals or enchanting lovers, these are not tips, they're talismans. Ready to turn every interaction into a coronation? Let's etch your legacy. 6. The compliment black hole. Deflection as dominance. When praised, most women implode. You'll detonate. Your reply to, "You look stunning?" Not this old thing, but a velvety "how perceptive of you." Deliver it while glancing away as if their admiration is a foregone conclusion. This isn't arrogance, it's ontology. By accepting praise as tribute, you crown yourself. Oh, darling, let's reframe this. Imagine every compliment is a rose thrown at your feet. You don't scramble to pick it up. You let it lay there, adding to the garden at your throne. Smile like you've known its beauty all along. The nuance. Add a half-second pause before responding, long enough to imply you're considering their worthiness to compliment you. Follow with a tilt of the head that says, "I allow this." Over time, you'll train your circle to approach praise like petitioners, humble, eager, grateful for your acceptance. Gratitude is for peasants. Queens collect dues. 7. The hurricane. Silence as a scalpel. In your arsenal, silence isn't absence, it's artillery. When faced with idiocy, let your linger like cigar smoke in a vaulted hall. Not a question, not a judgment, a sonic Rorschach test. Watch as fools trip over their own tongues to explain, justify, grovel. Try this tomorrow. Love. When someone interrupts you, simply lean back, fold your hands, and let your hover. Count how many seconds it takes for them to backtrack. Spoiler, it's delicious. Deploy with precision. Pair it with a head tilt, 15 degrees, and a gaze that slides slowly from their eyes to their mouth. A nonverbal try again, harder. This isn't conversation, it's interrogation. The strips power like acid, leaving them raw and immaculate. Master this, and you'll never argue again. You'll arbitrate. 8. The name game. Verbal seduction in plain sight. Names are your voodoo dolls. Whisper Michael mid-debate and watch his pulse leap. Why? You've personalized power, transforming a discussion into a dialogue. But here's the twist. Use their name only when making unassailable points. As you said earlier, Jessica. Now your argument wears her skin. Here's a secret, Queen. Say their name like it's a spell. Stretch the syllables, Michael, as if tasting their essence. Watch them melt into putty in your palms. The dark psychology. Hearing one's name triggers the same brain regions as cocaine. You're not flattering. You're hacking. Alternate between first names and titles, Dr. Lawson, Eleanor, to keep them off balance. Soon, they'll chase your approval like dogs after a whistle. Loyalty isn't earned, it's addicted. 9. The velocity vanish, moving like honey over marble. Haste is for serfs. When late, you don't scurry, you process. Enter with a hand lightly brushing the doorframe as if blessing the architecture. Murmur, how generous of you to wait, with a smile that implies their schedule just gained meaning. Practice this, darling. Walk to your bathroom tonight like it's the Met Gala. Head high, shoulders soft, each step a declaration. Feel how the air parts for you? That's your birthright. The choreography. Walk as if dragging moonlight behind you. Steps measured, hips steady, no frantic clacking of heels. Drop your coat into a chair like it's a gauntlet. Your lateness isn't a flaw, it's theater. By refusing to apologize, you reframe waiting as privilege. Time bows to queens, it kneels to legends. 10. The purse string symphony. Composure in chaos. Digging through your bag, make it a sacrament. Retrieve your lipstick like Excalibur from stone, slow, reverent. Need keys? Let your hand emerge holding them aloft, as if presenting the Holy Grail. Every motion whispers, even my chaos is curated. Turn this into a ritual, love. Before opening your bag, pause, take a breath. Imagine everything inside is placed there by devoted handmaidens. Now, move with purpose. Watch how the room stills to witness your grace. The psychology. Panic is viral. Poise is contagious. By moving deliberately, you broadcast control. Others will mimic your tempo, lowering their voices, straightening their postures. Your bag isn't storage, it's a prop. Master this, and even a cough drop becomes a crown jewel. 11. The less is more manifesto. Elegance as erasure. Blather is the anthem of the insecure. You speak in bullet points. At parties, you're not heard, overheard. A murmured fascinating to a bore becomes a dagger. A raised champagne flute substitutes for a toast. Your power lives in what you omit. Here's your mantra, Queen. Let them wonder. When asked a prying question, smile and sip your drink. When provoked, adjust your bracelet instead of your tone. Your silence will echo louder than their noise. The philosophy, edit ruthlessly. Replace tears with a knuckle whitened on a glass. Swap rants with a single arched brow. While others build monuments with words, you carve totems with silence. Elegance isn't what you add, it's what you annihilate. Burn the clutter. Enshrine the essential. Queens, what you've unlocked today isn't just strategy. It's the unshakable framework of those who bend fate, not beg for it. The 1% don't chase power. They build fortresses within. Stoicism taught the elite one brutal truth. External polish fades, but the woman who masters her inner world, she becomes a storm the universe cannot ignore. But here's what I need you to know, darling. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be intentional. Every stumble is a step toward sovereignty. Every moment of doubt, that's your power growling to life. You now hold 11 laws to transmute chaos into clarity, noise into nobility. But here's the final secret the Stoics never wrote down. True elegance isn't worn, it's lived. It's the quiet discipline of choosing your battles like a general, your words like a poet, and your silence like a sovereign. The elite don't fear storms, they anchor in the eye of them, knowing the only thing they truly control is the depth of their own resolve. So here's my challenge to you, love. Tonight, stand in front of your mirror, look into your own eyes and say, I am already the 1%. Say it until your spine straightens, until your breath deepens, until your soul believes it. So walk away from this video differently. When the world screams for your reaction, breathe deeper. When insecurity claws, remember, the 1% don't armor themselves in others' opinions. They forge an inner citadel so unbreakable, even time hesitates to touch it. Let every secret you've learned today be a brick in that fortress. One last thing, Queen. For the next 7 days, weaponize just one of these principles. Watch how the universe bends to your frequency. Watch how luck finds you. Watch how your presence alone begins to rewrite rules you never agreed to. If this ignited something in you, that fire is your power, not ours. Drop your favorite emoji below if you're ready to stop surviving and start reigning. Smash subscribe, because it's not content, it's a revolution. And Feminine Queen, we're just getting started.